during the COVID-19 pandemic. They are now open for dine-in, lunch, and dinner. But remember, Coach's Corner still has curbside and takeout service. John Henderson and the Coach's Corner's crew has still been smoking delicious meats like Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. And don't forget, Saturday night in the Sound Garden is Back in Black Band. Tickets are priced between $20 and $45, seating to the first 100. Make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies. For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's have got you covered. From cleats to caps and the best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too, every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. So come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop. They are now located at 42 West Montgomery Crossroad, Suite C in Savannah, and are open Monday through Friday, 9:30 to 6, and seasonal on Saturdays. Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies is closed with a June 1st date to reopen the doors for business. So come visit locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, where everyone is a winner. Weatherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time, it makes you mad, the pain drives you crazy, you just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can. At the Weatherton Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Weatherton Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Weatherington at the Weatherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
Yo, you still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone, capiche? If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are New York.
And welcome back to the Coach and AD right here on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. It's in the Sound Garden. And remember, it's live on Facebook, it's live on YouTube, it's live on Twitter. And of course, it's all presented by Coach's Corner. And we're on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. And this next guest, I had the privilege to coach against him. And I had just started the Islands High School basketball program. I was the second coach in that program. And stopping the Blue Jackets was pretty tough because him and his teammates, they were phenomenal. In high school, he led Savannah High to the GHSA Class 3 state championship. His sophomore and junior seasons, he was named to the Georgia Sports Writers Association 3A first team All-State. He averaged 13.6 points a game, 7.6 points per game his junior season. In his senior season, it was 15.5 to go along with 9 rebounds for contests. He was named to the All-Region first team his junior and senior years. He earned MVP honors during his senior campaign, went on to college, standout at UAB, the University of Alabama, Birmingham. Let him to get he didn't get drafted, but got an offer to go to the Charlotte Hornets. He's been playing overseas, and I got to thank his agent, Nate Schaefer. All right, let me get my info here about Nate Schaefer. Okay, Nate Schaefer is a local businessman. He's also part owner of Wiley's Barbecue. Give him a plug there. But he owns the Sports Squared Sports Agency, which caters to athletes that want brand recognition. They want to build a foundation. They're a startup. They need financial advice. Nate Schaefer is the owner and the founder of Sports Squared Sports Agency. He's worked with professional athletes such as Ulrich John, Adrian Peterson, Eddie Lamont, and now Chris Coakley. And I ran into Nate the other day at Wiley's, and he told me what he was doing with Chris Coakley. I said I had to get this young man back on. He's been such a stellar student athlete here in Savannah, Georgia, and now he's trying to he's played overseas with some of those names I can't pronounce. But joining us now on the Coach's Corner Internet Streaming Hotline is former Blue Jacket, former Blazer, now professional basketball player Chris Coakley. Chris, great to see you.
Great to see you, man. It's been a minute. Like you said, I think the last time we came in contact was when you were the coach at Islands.
And yeah, you and your teammates, we're on a roll. I mean, back-to-back championship games. Your senior year, you made it deep into the playoffs. Just been a lot of fun. And I love following you at University of Alabama, Birmingham. And I posted a lot of stuff, whether it be Facebook, Twitter, and just a great experience you there. So tell us, what have you been doing lately?
Lately, it's pretty much been kind of slow for me right now. Just pretty much working out every day. Trying to stay fit, trying to stay strong for the upcoming season. Also, I've been preparing to play in this TBT tournament that's coming up pretty soon. But other than that, it's just been a consistent grind. I just had a little girl, so that's pretty much been taking up all my time.
Well, Chris, congratulations on your daughter. So what's your daughter's name?
Aubrey.
All right. So got a little. So how old are we talking about? Weeks, months here?
Well, in fact, today she's 1 month old today.
Oh,
so,
man.
Nice.
You've had some late nights and early mornings.
I
That card. I know how it is. It gets easier, man. I'm here to tell you, enjoy every moment, because you're going to blink and there going to be 12, and you're going to be like, what in the world happened to my daughter? What did they turn into? So enjoy every moment. I'm sure she'll be a daddy's girl. All girls are. They'll turn into be daddy's girls. And so, hey, you mentioned right before that the tournament you're preparing for. So talk to us a little bit before we get into your professional career and college career. Talk about the tournament you're preparing for.
The TBT tournament. I'm not sure if you're familiar with it. I'm sure you are, though. This the tournament that you play for $2 million. It's on ESPN.
Yes. It's the one that
so
we're looking at maybe hosting in Savannah. Is it going to be in Ohio?
I seen something that they was supposedly hosting in Savannah, which would be great for me, honestly, with me being from here. But the whole tournament right now is, I feel like they're trying to, let the players and the people know that everything is going to be okay. They have one set location for it. I think it's back in Ohio, if I'm not mistaken, but it's 24 teams and it's 10 days. And I think that all the players who, once we arrive there, we have to go under a 14-day quarantine, to ensure the safety of the tournament. But I feel like, this year the tournament is going to be pretty big, especially dealing with COVID and dealing with the end of the NBA season, which is about to kick back up pretty soon. So I feel like this TBT tournament is kind of like a JV to the NBA's varsity, if you want to say that, just to get the TV viewers back used to watching basketball and just back used to watching sports, period.
So, Chris, how are teams picked for this? Are you already on a team that's going to be there? Or do you get up there and they split? How does that work?
Well, pretty much when the whole TBT, I guess, committee announces, okay, hey, we're about to start this tournament. So teams, if you want a team, you have to go on and register. You have to do this as well as if you want to play. But you just have to pretty much register and get your team approved. And once your team is approved, then, you go out and start recruiting players and everyone who you want to be a part of your little program during that time. And once you do that, you just go from there. And all you guys just start training and pretty much preparing to go out and battle.
Hey, so who is your team? So who's your team, and do you know any of your teammates already?
So I teamed up with Heard That. So that's the Marshall Alumni TBT team. And it's pretty weird because in college, UAB and Marshall were pretty big rivals. But, at the time, UAB, obviously, they're not having a team. So, and I really want to play because I haven't played in a while. So I know I'm kind of cool with those guys at Marshall. They're pretty good dudes. So I said, hey, why not, I felt like playing with that team, we were going to have a good shot at the 2 million. We made the final 24 cut, so I'm just pretty excited about that.
I mean, it sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. It's 24 teams, 10 days, one location. It's intense. I hope we wind up having it here because I'd love to see you come out and play. Any of your friends, any local guys that might be doing that also?
I'm not sure. I know Georgia State. I think they were trying to come up with a team, Malik Benlevy and those guys, but I'm not too sure. With all the COVID stuff going on, they kind of started cracking down. So I'm not too sure as far as what all teams are going to be in it. I know like 50 something teams registered for it, and only 24 got in. So I'm not even quite sure all of the 24 that got in. They just sent my team an email letting us know like, hey, you guys are in. Go ahead and prepare for to leave and things like that.
Hey, so Chris, and looking at this and looking at tournament, I mean, you got all these teams, you got the amount of talent that's there. What's some opportunities that can come out of this tournament for you guys? Just say you guys go in there and you do really well and you show out, and I mean you're averaging 10 rebounds a game. What's some opportunities that can come out of this?
Opportunities. I think that kind of speaks for itself because the tournament is being aired on ESPN for one, so you have about millions of viewers watching it, and it's going to be probably the only sports thing that's on, and it's basketball. So, and you know how much people love basketball. So, if people are seeing you show out, you can get deals, overseas deals, NBA deals. You can get some pretty good deals by playing in this tournament because it's not like this is like just a ranky date tournament. This is a pretty legit tournament and it's well respected, and people come and watch the guys who are playing in it, just to see like, hey, I'm making use of my team next year. So this tournament has a lot of benefits.
And you're listening and you're watching now on Facebook Live and on YouTube Live. To my Twitter family, I lost the Twitter connection. I'll reconnect after we're done with Chris because I don't want to lose Chris Coakley here. Former Savannah High standout basketball player, student athlete, the University of Alabama, Birmingham basketball player, student athlete, and now playing professionally. He's been overseas. And I want to go back to your high school and college days, Chris. If we got high school basketball players listening, tell them how much it meant to you to play at Savannah High and how your coaches like Tim Jordan helped you get to that next level.
It meant a lot. It started in middle school when I went to Coastal Middle School. It started there.
I know. I was waiting for you to come over to Islands, but you jumped over to Savannah High.
It actually started, when I was younger. My family there, that's kind of like my generational school. My whole family went to Savannah High. So I was always familiar with Coach Jordan and for me with the whole Savannah High program. I loved it from day one. I think the reason I loved it was because before every game, they always would come out and they would say the dream. When I was younger, I didn't know what the dream meant, but I just used to see a bunch of guys just jumping up in a circle in the corner and just saying a bunch of stuff before the game. I thought that was pretty cool. But Tim Jordan, he's been great, for me. I feel like what I learned from him the most and what I took to college was his discipline on his players, his attention to detail. He, made sure everything was right. Everything was to a T. So in college, that's pretty much what they live by. They have a bunch of core values, but basically you have to just be disciplined and make sure you have everything to a T.
Well, you definitely went to the next level. And what was the experience like at UAB? And how did you manage playing a big-time college basketball schedule and your academics?
Well, I'm not going to lie to you. It was pretty tough, especially my freshman year coming in. Coming straight from high school, you don't have to worry about going to class, going to tutoring, and then turn around and go to practice. So it's kind of tough mentally and physically at the same time because you have to kind of adjust to doing all of that in a one-day span versus just going to school, going home, and then coming back for practice. But I mean, hey, it's like an easy turnaround, especially for an athlete because you kind of get in with the rest of your teammates in college, and then they kind of help you adjust because you see them doing it every day like it's nothing. Then you turn around and say, hey, okay, I know I can do this as well. But To all the high schoolers going to the next level, I would just say, just try to focus on the academics part first, because obviously, you're there for a scholarship. So the sports part will take care of itself. But just try to focus on the academic standpoint when you first get there, because when you do that, it makes it much more easier down the line, not only for the classroom, but off on the court as well.
Well, Chris, I mean, obviously you had a great career at UAB. And so tell us what the journey's like. Hey, you're an undrafted guy, and how does that kind of process work where, I saw you were at Charlotte Hornets. I'm from Gastonia, North Carolina, so I grew up a Hornet fan there, especially, Michael Jordan owned it. And you just, the mentality you have to have, keeping your dream alive, and you be able to travel overseas. So tell people, give them that insight about, hey, if you love something, you got a passion for it, you want to pursue it, what that's been like for you in your journey to right now.
Well, everyone's dream is to go to the NBA, right? So I kind of use that like through my whole pre-draft process. My basketball agency, and my agent, Kayshawn Daly. I was around a lot of NBA guys, a lot of guys who's getting drafted. So in my head, I'm like, okay, I'm with this basketball agency. Everyone's in here is getting drafted, so I'm getting drafted too. And I kind of had to realize, like, I'm a different player than these guys. My value will be different somewhere else. So it's not like saying, okay, you're not going to the NBA, your basketball career is over. No, it's just that you're not ready for the NBA. The NBA is the highest level. So you can go overseas and still play at a high level, and you can make the same amount of money that those guys in the NBA are playing. You might not see the games overseas, but you're getting better, you're making money, and you're getting that recognition, and also you are getting more experience. So when you do have another opportunity to make the NBA, you can go and you can do better at it.
Now, are you playing anywhere professionally? Or are you just waiting for this TBT tournament to come up? What are you doing as far as your pro career?
Well, they're started dishing out contracts and everything of that nature. So yes, I'm definitely going back overseas this year. It's just a matter of when. But I think all of the international teams are pretty much trying to see what COVID is going to do. But my agent has been in the talks with teams about contracts for me. So the international league should be picking up pretty soon. Like I said, they're dishing out contracts for their players. All teams don't have all their coaches yet, so it's kind of just beginning with that process. That process usually ends maybe late August or early September. That's when those seasons pretty much start. So things should be picking up. I should say after the TBT, you should see a lot of guys starting to head overseas.
Well, I wish you the best of luck. I enjoyed coaching against you. I love watching your college career, and you being a big-time standout Division I basketball player. And once again, back home, taking care of a young girl. And believe me, like Coach Chad Griffin said, it's going to go quick, buddy. So enjoy it while it's there.
Oh yeah, I know. Like I said, she's already 1 month. I remember just bringing her home. So yeah, it's already going by fast.
All right, well, anytime you have something special that you might be doing something, let us know where you're going to go play. Let us know what you're doing, and hopefully we'll see you in that TBT tournament here in good old Savannah, Georgia, as we like to say, the 912.
Yes, sir. Hopefully. And I thank you guys for having me on here.
Hey, anytime, Chris, man, we're proud of you once again. I mean, it's about having local athletes on, and so everybody can see what they're doing. Once they leave Savannah, man, we're so proud of you. You keep it up, keep working hard, and anything we ever can do to help you, just let us know.
All right, I thank you so much, and you guys have a good day.
I hug that daughter, man.
I mean, it's great having guys come back here and tell us about their experiences. And I mean, he excelled. I mean, he was a stand, and I only kid him around about Coastal. I knew, his family's from Savannah High, and he was going to go over to Savannah High, and just coaching against those guys. When you coach against talent like that, you just got to hope you prepare your team to stay with them. And it was very tough. Like we said, junior year state championships, sophomore year state championship. It's just, it's great talking to those guys.
Yeah, and also I loved how he says, listen, your dream doesn't go away just because you don't get drafted and go in the NBA. It's like, hey, it's just a stepping stone.
Yep.
Hey, I still wanted to play, still good enough to play, been able to play overseas. Now he's on that TBT, tournament. And so for young student athletes out there who are pursuing a goal, just don't think because you don't get drafted. I mean, look at the football guys who go undrafted
Yep.
or work their way through the league and eventually get there. Hey, you have a dream, keep doing it until someone tells you can't do it anymore because you only get one chance to do it.
That's right. Chris Coakley, we thank you for coming on. Former Savannah High Blue Jacket standout, former UAB, University of Alabama, Birmingham Blazer standout. And now let's hope he gets to play here at that TBT tournament that everybody's been talking about, that he'll come back to Savannah. We can see his talents. Next up, the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week from AE Beach High School. This kid was a 3-sport standout athlete, excelled in football, excelled in basketball, probably got his track season cut short, and that's, of course, Jalen Wells. And he is a Savannah State football player. Signed a scholarship.
Yeah, so he's going to stay local, so we get to talk to Jalen about that. And then we also get a little insight on maybe there's a reason you stay local.
Oh, you got that right. You're listening to the Coach and AD on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. We're on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and I'll get us back on Twitter Live in a couple of seconds. And it's all on the Coach's Corner Sports Network.
It's all sports, all time. That's Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and abundant pub food. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. Coach's Corner has been in Savannah strong during the COVID-19 pandemic. They are now open for dine-in, lunch, and dinner. But remember, Coach's Corner still has curbside and takeout service. John Harrison and the Coach's Corner's crew has still been smoking delicious meats like Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. And don't forget, Saturday night in the Soundgarden, it's Back in Black Band. Tickets are priced between $20 and $45, seating to the first 100. Make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner. Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time, it makes you mad, the pain drives you crazy, you just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies. For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's have got you covered. From cleats to caps and the best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too, every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. So come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop. They are now located at 42 West Montgomery Crossroad, Suite C in Savannah, and are open Monday through Friday, 9:30 to 6, and seasonal on Saturdays. Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies is closed with a June 1st date to reopen the doors for business. So come visit locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, where everyone is a winner.
Yo, you still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone, kabish. If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are New York.
There we go. Welcome back to the Coach and AD on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, right here in the Sound Garden, and it's all on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Okay, I'm playing around. I'm trying to get this to work. We're on Prep Sports Report, Twitter, but I can't get it on to KD Sports Report. So
I mean, how many platforms can we own, man? It's like 4. And he's got another idea for another week, next week. We're trying to God help this man. I tell you, he does. People don't realize, I got to say this live on air. People do not realize what all goes into this. It's not like you show up, because I'm telling people on Friday night, they show up, football games going on, everything looks great. There's so much behind the scenes. This guy puts hours and hours and hours into this show, and he's becoming a tech wizard. He's learning. All right. And so, hey, great job. He's working on it. All right. We're on 4 platforms right now. He's trying to put us on a 5th. So, but relax, man. You're doing good.
I know. It's a novice trying to learn all this stuff. And once again, I'm keeping my dream alive. I want to get more news about our local sports, our local kids. Remember, it's all local all the time. And I appreciate Chad Griffin, because he helps me a lot during the week with ideas and guests and what goes into this show. And it's been a great team since we started the Coach and AD, and we're going to continue it here on Facebook Live, the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. We're going to keep it live on YouTube, Karl DeMasi Sports Report. It's supposed to be on KD Sports Report Twitter, but somehow I switched it over to the Prep Sports Report.
That's all right.
Twitter, because I also do the prepsportsreport.com. So just a lot going on. But this is our favorite part of the show. This is where we bring on the good kids that have done something special. This young man, he's 6'3". He's 185 pounds. He's probably about 200 pounds before he starts his next venture. He's following his footsteps. He's following his father's footsteps. Calvin Wells, who played defensive line at Savannah State from 2001 to 2004. He was a standout quarterback at Beach, standout basketball player, track athlete. Last year, for the 2019 season, he threw for over 1,300 yards. He ran for over 750 yards while combining for 33 touchdowns. He was named the Savannah Quarterback Club Offensive Player of the Year. He's had numerous all-region honors. Like I said, he's also played basketball and ran track. Played in the Blitz Bowl last year. This year in January. He was 16 of 26 for 180 yards with 3 touchdowns and 1 interception. And don't let me get straight. He was also the leading receiver. I know he threw 3 touchdown passes, but he caught a 50-yard halfback option pass from Jalen Rouse from Richmond Hill. So his coach, Coach Hawthorne, the legendary Bulldog coach, had this to say. Jalen is a hard-working young man. He's dedicated. What I was impressed with, he never missed a workout, never missed a practice, and he was a great student also in the classroom. He's one of the best players I ever coached. I've coached a lot, and more importantly, he's a great kid. Joining us now on the Coach's Corner internet stream is this week's Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week, AE Beach alum now, and now a Savannah State football player, Jalen Wells. Jalen, thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, it's always a privilege to get you guys on, and I've watched you grow as a young man from 9th grade to your senior year, and you made that Bulldog football team run, and you had a great career, and appreciate you doing this.
Yes, sir.
Jalen, hey, one thing that I've been impressed with, anytime a coach quotes about how great the kid is, I know as a coach, we can always say great things, but hardworking, dedicated, those are, and then great student, those are characteristics that are just intangibles that every coach wants. And so in saying that, one, you're 6'3", all right, so you're 6'3", 185, and so it's you got the build, but you take the athletic attributes that you have, and then you combine that with your character traits and then your athletics, man, it just seems like you have it all going for you, and obviously you've been hardworking and doing it all. And so just tell us what your time like was at Beach and then playing for Coach Hawthorne.
Well, my dad, he's been coaching us since I was like 10 years old. So I grew up around Beach and Coach Hawthorne. And, Coach Hawthorne and my dad, they always pushed me to, be the hardworking person I am and to be dedicated to what I do. Well, I could never quit anything.
Yeah. So, walk us through what's like, I have a son as well. Walk us through what's like playing for Dad, growing up and what that's like and the great parts to it and then the challenges as well.
It's tough. It really was tough for me because my dad, he's like in practice, he was always against me because, he goes to defensive side of the ball. And he always wanted me on defense, but I played defense and offense. But they wanted me to focus more on offense because they needed me at quarterback. But it was hard though. It was really hard because he really pushed me.
Well, and I think coaches do that. One, I think regardless, and you probably got to see it, regardless whether you were his son or not. Coaches especially will push the ones that they know they can get greatness out of. And there's no doubt that being pushed is a great thing. And, I'm sure there was probably conversations when I don't know, your dad might be on a separate, got in the car. Did it stop?
Yeah. It was like that. He would tell me what I did wrong, what I did right, and how good I can be.
Yeah. Well, also
it was just on the field.
Yeah, it helps that you're coming from a father who played collegiate ball as well. And so you had to be able to look at that as a young man going, and I know how it is. My son's 12, and I might tell him something, and, hey, Dad's saying it. And then someone else says something, his coach says it, it becomes like gospel. It's the greatest thing ever. And so having a dad that's played and then coaching you, it had to be like, hey, son, I'm giving you the keys to the kingdom here. I'm giving you a little insight on what it really takes. So what was the advantages of having a dad who played at that level to be able to give you the insight to what everything really looked like?
I mean, it was a good advantage because I grew up around the game. I mean, my dad had me while he was playing football, so I know it was kind of tough, and I just grew up around football, so it really built me into the person I am now.
Well, you're a hardworking young man. You received the scholarship to play at Savannah State. Tell us something that most people don't know about Jalen Wells.
Well, I love fishing and I love Star Wars. I think nobody knows that.
Star Wars.
So you a bass fishing guy? Is that what it is?
Yes, sir.
All right, so give people an insight. Why are some honey holes? You got some spots that hey, these are some good fishing spots around Savannah that maybe some people. Or where do you go fishing?
Well, my uncle, he lives in Rincon, so every time I go to his house, I go fishing. We're supposed to go to fishing tomorrow in Pooler for my cousin's birthday, so I think I catch some fish there. Yeah.
Wherever you can put that pole in the water, that's special to you, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, so high school sports, AE Beach High School, a lot of tradition, a lot of memories. What's your most memorable moment from AE Beach High School?
I think this year the game we played against Islands because I really wanted to win that game. I mean, I went in really focused the whole week. I was watching film the whole week. I really wanted to win that game. And the game that I played, I think I put it all I had on the game, really.
Oh, I know. It was a stellar performance. I don't remember the statistics, I know, but you shined. I went and watched that game, and it was a great game, and you guys played your hearts out.
Yeah, but I did something stupid at the last drive. It really hurt.
You know what? There's many more games for you to play, so just let it go. You can't bring it back because I can tell you as a coach, there are many games where we thought we had it and the coach did something wrong, but you know what? It was a decision you made and you can't change it. And as long as you gave it your 100% and you tried your hardest, you've won that game.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Jalen, walk me through. I mean, obviously you're 6'3", 185, so you are. I mean, you got the frame to be a tremendous athlete and football player. Walk me. I love asking kids, what was your recruiting process like? And then walk us through the why behind Savannah State. Was Dad in there tugging on you a little bit, going, hey man, you can stay at home and play for the alma mater, or this was, hey, I looked at everything on the field of play, and I still chose Savannah State. So walk us through the recruiting process for you. What's that like? What was that like? How much you enjoy about it? And then, your final decision on why you chose Savannah State.
Well, after my junior year, I think I had it was pretty mediocre. It wasn't great. It wasn't bad, but I had some coaches hit me up from D1 schools, but as soon as my senior year started, and all of them just they stopped texting me on Twitter and stuff. So I had to work hard. I had to work really hard for my senior year so I can get a good school to look at me. And my dad, he was really pushing me. Like, we went Planet Fitness every morning. We went to Daphne Park. Even me and some of the teammates went to throw every morning. So it was. I tried to work hard to get a Division I scholarship, but that was my dad's. He really wanted me to go to a big school. He didn't want me to stay home. He really didn't want me to stay home at first. But then as the season went along, we went to a couple of Savannah State games. And he was like, they look pretty good, and that's when I started to realize I really wanted to go to Savannah State a little bit more. So I think that was my recruitment. It was pretty shaky, really. So,
all right, well, you're staying home. You're going to play at Savannah State. What do you think that's going to be like for you now? You played your football here right in Savannah, Georgia. Now you're going to play your college football in Savannah, Georgia. What do you think that's going to be like?
I think it's going to be a good experience. I really do. I want to I want to bring the community up in a big way. I want to be a good influential person in the community.
Well, Jalen, you say you want to be an influential person in the community. You want to be someone that people look like. And I think sometimes people just think, hey, because I don't go off, you can't have impact. But, man, staying at home, being at Savannah State, like you said, I saw the stat last week that Savannah State was top 20 in the nation in attendance, in their level. So, you see the support, you see the excitement, that Coach Quinn and Savannah State is having there, and the impact you're going to have. Now, talk us a little bit, are you going to play – I probably could ask this guy the question. You go play quarterback there, or what's your when you get Savannah State, what are you looking at position-wise there?
Initially, I think quarterback. But I play anywhere just to get on the field. Really, that's the type of person I am. I don't care where I play at. I just want to be on the field and play. But
and you're listening to the Coach and the AD. We got our Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week from AE Beach High School. Now Savannah State football player Jalen Wells. All right, so you'll do anything for the team. As far as a motto, as far as something that has driven you to be the person you are, tell us about your motto. What has set Jalen Wells on that career path?
Prove my worth. That's all I want is to prove my worth. Every time I got tired, I want to prove my worth and show that I can be the best that I can be.
Okay.
I like it, man. And that's right. I think people at times, listen, you could have just taken your frame of 6'3", 185 and been like, hey, man, I'm good enough. I got the frame to do it. But you have that mentality. And that's why I tell people all the time, that's what separates good from great is the ones that are willing to get out there and do the work outside of practice. You're talking about get up in the mornings, going to Daphne, throwing, all those things. I mean, that is the difference between good and great. And so you could have easily taken the path, hey, I'm 6'3", 185. I got this natural athletic ability, which a lot of student athletes do, Jalen. You've been around them. Student athletes like, hey, I got it. You've seen kids who have talent who maybe just don't have the drive or work. And for you to be able to let our listeners today know, listen, that mentality of prove my worth each and every day is what greatness is about. And so, man, I think that's great to have a young man on that pathway. Then I'm going to ask you, so is there anything academically, because your coach said you're a great student athlete. Is there anything academically that you already got your mindset on that, hey, I get Savannah State, I really want to study this because this is maybe what I see down the road?
Right now, I think I want to be a straight A student. I want to graduate at 4.0. I wasn't able to do that in high school, but I want to really do that in college. And I'm a studying Homeland Security. So I think
nice. Okay, so we talked about your dad, big part of your athletic career, but what about the rest of the family? What has that meant to your career? Your mom, your brothers, your sister. You have any brothers and sisters?
Oh, I have 4 brothers and sisters. So, and yeah, I want to be a good role model to them, and I think my family is really a big part of like why I am who I am, because my uncles, they really push me. Like my uncles and my dad, they really push me to be a good football player.
Well, man, you've made everybody proud without a doubt. I mean, your accolades touted. Last thing we'll ask, and so the Blitz Bowl, all right, this year. What was that like playing with your other fellow seniors? You know, then was Coach Stroud was your coach?
Yes, sir.
Was he who was calling the plays? Who was the offensive guy?
Coach. No, coach. The coach from, I forgot his name. Coach from New Hampshire. Coach, I think Coach Hartman.
Okay, all right. So I mean, you guys lit it up in the Blitz Bowl. I mean, it's like, you know, Tecmo Bowl numbers out there. And so, talk us about what was about playing with, you know, guys you compete against all the time, but then on you know, one time you get to all play together. So tell people what that's like.
Well, most of us we work out together, so it was pretty mutual already when we started playing. So, and I grew up playing with like people like Sam and Marquell, and I grew up playing Little League with them at Winston Forest. So it was a real good experience, and like we all just clicked, like we all knew what we were doing. All of us had football knowledge, so it was easy, too easy for us.
All right. So you're ready to go. You're going to play football. You got a youngster that's at AE Beach High School, and they're coming in. What advice would Jalen Wells give that youngster as far as athletics and academics, that they want to do the same thing you're doing? What advice would you give them?
Be humble and stay on your grades. I think grades the biggest like if you want to play Division I football, you got to have good grades and good attitude.
Well, Jalen, you've done an unbelievable job. I'm happy because I come to all your games because there is another Coach DeMasi that you're going to have to deal with, and I'm excited to see you staying home. I'm excited to see all the guys that they recruited that are from the SAV, even the guys that are out of it. But I'm going to be a big backer of it, big supporter. Go get him. And now it's no longer go Bulldogs, it's go Tigers.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Well, Jalen, thanks for being on, man. We are so proud of you. Thanks for representing, you know, your school and your community well, and one, you want to continue to be that role model. So, man, keep it up. Anything we ever do here on the Sports Report, let us know. And we'll be seeing you on the fields of play hopefully in a couple of months.
Yeah, well, I think you guys can return, or you can start your college career July 1st, right?
I think August.
August 1st now?
August 13th.
Okay, well, I got to find out about that. I got to talk to my son. So, Jalen, congratulations. Great job, great career, and appreciate you doing this.
All right.
Thanks, Jalen. All right.
I mean, it's got to be exciting. It's got to be exciting to have a young man like that. Tim, I pressed the button. You'll be on in a couple of minutes. I got to do the sponsor thing in a couple of seconds. So hang on there. Make some chicken cutlet parmesan for us because I'm waiting to find out how you do that. But anyway, just a great kid. I mean, all world. I mean, he's humble, as you can see, as that his motto is, humble. And telling the younger kids, I mean, we know it and I know it. The first thing a college coach is going to ask me is, how's his grades or how's her grades? So
yeah, that's the first thing we tell our student athletes that, and anybody that's come and look at schools. Listen, the first thing college coaches do is they walk in that front office and they ask for the transcript. All right, and then they ask the secretaries, tell me about this kid. Are they a good kid? Are they humble? Are they hardworking? How they treat you? How they treat people in the front office? And so, man, he's got it all. And once again, Savannah State's locking down local talent. You know, and top 20 nationally in attendance. Open up against Valdosta State. That's going to be awesome as well to get ready for.
My house is going to be a little torn,
a
little divided.
You got two DeMasi's there.
But I think, you know, what's funny about it, I'll make this quick. We're talking about Savannah State. And Russell, my oldest son, was the the special teams coordinator at Shorter College when they played Valdosta. And Dom was the punter. Now the hat's turned. Russell's at Savannah State. He's the offense coordinator, and Dom's home, of course, working locally and still maybe chasing that baseball dream. But Valdosta State Blazer won himself a national championship ring. Yeah, it's going to be house divided, but I'll have to go with the son that's active. I'll have to go with the Savannah State Tigers.
You will.
So, All right, next up, this man knows a lot about baseball, and he'll tell you baseball been very, very good to me, okay? And he remembers that Saturday Night Live skid, and he does a great job. It's called Mid-Morning Break or Mid-Break. I don't know. I always screw it up on him. He'll get me straight again, and he'll tell us who his co-hosts are, and we'll go from that. But I can't wait to talk to him. WTOC special featured reporter now, not sports reporter, and of course host of Mid-Morning Break or Mid-Break Morning. I don't know what it is. I watch it every morning, 9 to 10, because of the coronavirus. I've been in the house grading kids stuff, and watching him was and he's cooking a lot of Italian food. Ooh. So you got to love him. He's showing his talents, and that's next up. Tim Goddard. You're listening, or you're watching now, the Coach and AD on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, and it's all live on the Coach's Corner Sports Network.
Weatherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can. At the Weatherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Weatherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Weatherington at the Weatherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies. For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's have got you covered. From cleats to caps and the best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too, every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. So come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop. They are now located at 42 West Montgomery Crossroad, Suite C in Savannah, and are open Monday through Friday, 9:30 to 6, and seasonal on Saturdays. Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies is closed with a June 1st date to reopen the doors for business. So come visit locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, where everyone is a winner.
Yo, you still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone, capiche? If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are New York.
It's all sports, all time. That's Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and abundant pub food. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. Coach's Corner has been in Savannah strong during the COVID-19 pandemic. They are now open for dine-in, lunch, and dinner, but remember, Coach's Corner still has curbside and takeout service. John Harrison and the Coach's Corner's crew has still been smoking delicious meats like Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. And don't forget, Saturday night in the Sound Garden is Back in Black Band. Tickets are priced between $20 and $45, seating to the first 100. Make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
Good morning, Savannah. We're back live in the Sound Garden at Coach's Corner. Got to thank John Henderson for letting us do this. And remember, every week now, every Saturday morning from 9 to about 10:30, it's the Coach and AD on a Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here from the Sound Garden, and it's all on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. And we got a lot going on. We've talked about it a lot with all our guests: Chris Coakley from Savannah High, Jalen Wells from AE Beach High School, now Savannah State signing. Well, this guy has always been a favorite of mine. He's been here 3 years longer than me. He wound up coming from Staten Island. He got lost on the boat. He wound up in Savannah, Georgia, and he met his wife, and his 2 kids just graduated this year.
Wow.
Well, he's got a 3rd one too. So he's been keeping busy, and you can watch him every morning. Let him join here. Every morning, on what show?
Morning Break. You're confusing me with throwing them in there. Morning Break, 9 to 10, WTOC. Mid Morning Live was the old show, but I appreciate you watching Morning Break. Ken Griner, Syria Samlin, and myself. We have a lot of fun doing the show, and I think people have a lot of fun watching the show. Good morning, guys. How you doing?
We're doing good. Get the name of the show straight.
That's all right.
So, anyway,
I just appreciate you watching.
Well, how can I not watch you and Ken Griner? It's a tag team, and I'm not going to mess up her name. Help me out again.
Syria Sandlin.
Syria Sandlin. I mean, she adds a lot to that show too, and it's been a lot of fun. I mean, I got quarantined March 13th, and I'm sitting at the TV. I mean, I only could watch so many repeats of the ESPN Sports Center of the old stuff, and I caught you on there making some food. How did you get roped into that?
Well, it's kind of a lifestyle show where we don't want to pigeonhole ourselves into being any one thing, but we have a lot of feature stories on there. We have a lot of entertainment news, and we have some music. One thing that we always wanted to have on there was cooking, and we had cooking guests scheduled to come in every Tuesday and Friday. Those were part of the show. And then back around the middle of March, we couldn't have guests in our studio anymore. Right. Nobody other than the people who work there were able to enter the building. And now it's really just a handful of people who work there who enter the building. So I had to pick up those Tuesday and Friday cooking segments in our cooking set down at the studio. And then when I started working from home, I just continued them here, and now I tape them or film them and edit them and send them in that way. They're live when I'm in studio, but someone's got to cook, Carl. So
hey, I saw the one with the chicken parmesan. That's one of my favorite: eggplant, chicken, veal, meatball, parmesan heroes. You got a little Italian in there, don't you?
The funny thing is, I cook mostly Italian food. I'm 100% Irish. My father was born in Ireland. My mother's 100% Irish. My name sounds Italian. A lot of people mistake me for being Italian, but we're 100% Irish. But I mean, Staten Island, Carl. That's probably at least 50%. It's when I grew up, it was 50% Irish, 50% Italian. But
I know.
all the food was Italian. I mean, pizzerias, Italian restaurants, Salamarias, all those. So. It wouldn't surprise you to know that in my fridge right now, I got some mozzarella, I got some gabagool, I got some prosciutto, the good stuff.
And I always thought he was a paisan, and when he told me he was Irish, I said, "Oh, Marone, I don't believe this." So with the name guy here, he's Irish, but I'm telling you right now, the man can cook Italian food. You got to get some from him.
He pronounces everything right, so that's half the battle right there.
Yeah, we should probably translate that to say mozzarella, gabagool, and prosciutto are mozzarella cheese,
right?
Capicola and prosciutto. So that's
a little ricotta. You know what I mean? You got to get some little ricotta into that too.
Yeah, a little ragout.
Ragout.
and I got to get some of your Zeppelis. You had your cooking thing over at Rockies, right? And I thought that was a Staten Island delicacy. I didn't realize that was so widespread because one of the pizzerias I grew up going to would have them, and you'd get a bag of those after I'd eaten a pizza, and you'd be knocked out for the rest of the day. You couldn't move.
Well, you see, I moved down here, and of course, Mom was up in New York, and I went to Virginia with my brother. I said, "Mom, you got to give me the recipe. You got to give me the recipe for the meat pie." I said, "You got to give me for the Italian spice pie." And, I just learned how to do it. And, of course, last night, my daughter came up from Florida. She's very, very COVID-19 guideline follower. She said, "Dad, I got to get pizza and I have to have Zeppelis." So last night we had Screaming Mimi's, from New Jersey. And tonight, good old Dad will make some Zeppolis or Zeppelis, whatever you want to say for her.
Right. My next door neighbor in Staten Island called them Zaples. So, there's a little bit of everything in there. But I tell you what, when we get to the point where we can have guests back on Morning Break, you're coming on and making Zeppelis for us.
Hey, I'll come there and help. I'll show you how to do it. And to be honest with you, the people that think Zeppelis is just made out of pizza dough don't make it the right way. Okay, you got to add some ricotta in it. You got to have some cheese in it. You got to have some little flavoring in it. Pizza dough is not the same thing and throw a little sugar on it. Doesn't work that way in an Italian household. So, all right, we've got you on here. First of all, I mean, deep down inside, you are a sports reporter. That's what you moved down here to do. This is unbelievable what's going on with the COVID-19 and all the issues in our society. And like I said, you got here 3 years before I did. We never went back. So, I mean, your take on this, because you're a sports fanatic like we are.
You know, if you had told me 3 months ago before this all started that, okay, we're going to shut down American sports 100% and not have any games, I would have said you're crazy. It can't happen. It hadn't been that bad. I mean, you know, sure, I've missed watching a baseball game at night, or I've missed the NCAA tournament, certainly. But I've gotten through the weekends without it a little bit. I've watched an embarrassing amount of old golf. You know, even Ryder Cups that I know the U.S. lost, I watched them. I watched some great Yankees stuff on MLB Network. They showed last weekend they had 64 consecutive hours of Derek Jeter programming to commemorate the 25th anniversary of his initial call-up to the majors. And actually, I didn't think I was going to watch The Last Dance, but I kind of watched it and I liked it. You know, I didn't watch it live. I kind of watched it on the reruns, but as unusual as it has been and as shocking as it has been that it happened, you know, life went on. You know, I found things to do on my weekends without a ball game or something like that. I'd love to see them come back, and especially let's see baseball come back. But you know, we're getting through without it.
All right, I want to see the Yankee picture on the shelf there somewhere. You told me you're going to put it up there.
Yankee picture. What do I got? Well, this is my ticket from Game 6, 1977. Reggie hitting 3 home runs. I was sitting in the front row with my brother. And so Yankee pictures. I got something Yankee stuff over here somewhere. I don't know. It's around somewhere, but I got most of the Yankee stuff in the garage.
I'm only teasing with you, but I see that, you know, at least you got your ticket from that game. So anyway, got a question for him?
Yeah. So, you know, obviously, I mean, like I said, sports is at your heart. What do you, in baseball particularly, what do you think with the current climate of the, you know, kind of what's going on between the players and player association and the owners? It seems like no one's really willing to budge on some certain things here. They've agreed on like 1 or 2 things. Do you think it's just we're not going to have it back this year at this point, or you think we're just at an impasse where, hey, maybe we just don't have Major League Baseball at all?
You know, it's starting to look that way. And I saw Tim Kirchin came out yesterday and said he doesn't think there's going to be a baseball season, and nobody knows more about what's going on in Major League Baseball right now than Tim Kirchin. I just can't believe that both sides are so tone deaf to everything going on in our country right now that they're going to let a labor dispute keep them from playing and keep them from bringing baseball back to people. I mean, you know, if they want to argue about money, they can argue about money, but really they're depriving everybody else of summertime and of baseball. I don't think there's going to be a season because they're getting farther apart than closer, but I just can't believe they'll allow it to come to that. You know, that usually I tend to side with management in these situations, but their proposal was so ridiculous, asking players to take a 75% pay cut, some of them, that I think the sentiment is actually with the players now. And, you know, they're going to have to do a lot of work in a short amount of time because they've got to have a 3-week spring training before they start, and they're trying to start on July 4th. Well, we're running out of time. And if they don't get in an office somewhere or, you know, in negotiations and get this thing hammered out probably within a week, we might see a 40, 50 game season at some point, but it's not going to be a real baseball season.
Well, you know, that's what looking at some things this week is, you know, the owners want less games, the players want more games.
Yeah.
And you really start going back to ownership of like, hey, is this really about money? Is it going? I mean, I've read a couple articles where in actuality the owners are figuring, hey, we will lose less money by not playing a season if we play a season. And that's why they want less games and the players want more games.
Yeah, and, you know, the funny thing is everybody's protecting their own side, right? But, you know, that's the thing is that the players are saying that, okay, well, when you have a good year and revenues are up, you don't give us more money. Our salaries don't go up. Now, all of a sudden, revenues are going down, and you want to adjust our salaries accordingly. I understand that argument. I do think the players should be willing to sacrifice a little bit more than they are willing to sacrifice, not to the point that the owners are asking, though. 75%. Length of season is really just a way to manipulate how much money gets paid. I mean, the owners want fewer games because they'll pay less money out in salaries. The players want to play more games, so they get paid more. But it's just shocking that they're going to let this stand in the way. And they have to understand that, too. The really scary thing, though, is this is setting up a bigger fight next year. Because what do you do about service time? What do you do about a year on the contract? Does 2020 count on a 5-year contract? Cole signed with the Yankees. Do they have him one less year now? Or does that contract go further? This is setting up all kinds of issues and hurdles. And the agreement runs out after next year, too. So they may not even start next year as a way to get ahead of negotiations for the end of 2021, because that's the players' leverage, of course, not playing. So could you imagine we don't have baseball for 2 years and then we have a labor dispute in 2021? This could be catastrophic for the game.
Old saying is, say it ain't so, Joe, and it's going to happen. And they're destroying the game of baseball. This is my take on it. I think, like you said, the players and the management are tone deaf to what's going on in our society. People, 13% of our workforce is out of work. Some people have gotten their stimulus checks. Some people aren't. Some people haven't got unemployment yet. They got to come to your side. And, if you don't want to play because of the COVID-19, stay home.
Right.
But we're going to give you money. I know management is being greedy. I know the players want what they deserve. But you know what? People who have been affected greater than the owners and the players are going, they're shying away from it. They're going to lose interest in it. It's bad enough baseball has been dwindling. It finally started coming back, and now you're taking it away from everybody during a time when they need it. Hey, and I know it, 9/11. That was the greatest thing in the world when we had baseball back then. It brought people together. Even the 9/11 event brought people together. This country is being torn apart, and Major League Baseball is tearing themselves apart. NBA's coming back. Golf's coming back. NASCAR owns Wednesday night and Sunday nights. What else? Hockey's thinking about coming back. Major League Baseball might be killing themselves right here, Tim.
I read something just this morning that said a lot of small market teams might not survive this. Could you imagine we have, it wouldn't be a bad thing if we lost some teams, maybe that we'd have, better teams out there, but you don't want that to be, the result to come out of this. But any player who says he's concerned about a family, he doesn't want to bring something home to his family, or, guys on the Cubs have cancer histories. Bryant, right. The pitcher, lefty he was on the Red Sox. What's his name?
Oh, now you got me. Because I couldn't stand him on the Red Sox.
Yeah, I know. But anyway,
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, they're cancer survivors, so their immune systems are a little bit depleted. I completely understand if these guys say they don't want to be in a clubhouse, they don't want to be around really more than 27 guys, because there'll be 2 teams there, there'll be other personnel. But to say I'm not going to play because I'm not going to make enough, when, as you said, all this other stuff is going on, it's unforgivable. And I wouldn't blame any fans who say I'm never going to watch baseball again if they don't have a season.
It's a tough one. So last question throw at you now. And I know you've been around as long as I'm a little older than you, but the strife in America, I mean, it's got to come to an end. And I can remember the 3 African-American athletes at the 1968 Olympics with the fist up in the air and calling for equality and justice back then. And it still hasn't changed. Do you think it's going to change, Tim?
I hope it'll change. I don't know that it will change, but I will say that this feels different this time than any other time that I've seen. There's much more attention on it. There seems to be much more involvement in it, and there seems to be much more attention being paid to it on all sides. So that could lead to some change, but it's uncharted territory. It's gone this far. So we can hope that something changes.
It's history. That's what it is. Okay. On the last note, congratulations. BC St. Vincent's, and you'll love this, they're both going to be Bulldogs.
I got 2. No. 2 dogs in the house now. Well, 3. My wife spent some time at Georgia too. But they very proud of both Brian and Grace. You taught them driver's ed, as a matter of fact.
I did.
And, they both graduated. They had the ceremonies that the schools put on were neat because they did them in the cathedral the way the schools always have. But it was family, one family at a time. So you went in, the family received the blessing. The graduate walked up to the altar, received the diploma from the principal or headmaster, whoever was there, took a couple pictures, talked with some school officials, walked out, and then took some pictures outside. But the schools really went out of their way to make sure that they had some kind of special memory. And we as a family had some kind of special memory. So that was about 2 weeks ago. And now they're waiting, everybody's waiting to see what happens with college campuses come fall. They are really hoping that they get to start their college careers on campus, on time. And my son's really hoping they start with football as well. So I don't know if you saw yesterday, actually 2 days ago, university president and athletic director both said they expect football as usual in the fall with fans in the stands. So we can hope about that too.
Well, I think you're going to see, and I think part of it could just be regional. You got schools out west that, now everybody, how the SEC is. I mean, they're going to play come hell or high water. It's just what it is. Then you got schools out west saying, hey, we might not play, we might get back. Well, listen, there's way too much money involved in college athletics to take a stance and say, hey, we're not going to play. I mean, I know they're shutting down DT programs and things like that, but if you're a Pac-10 school like USC, Oregon, all these other places, and I mean, you're already behind the 8 ball with the Big Ten and SEC. Now, I mean, you're just crippling your conference if you continue down that road.
Yeah, there'll be games just because the television money is so significant that they can at least not lose as much. The issue is whether there will be fans or whether there will be full stadiums. They may be socially distanced stadiums. Fans may have to wear masks to games, but I think there's going to be a season. There may not be non-conference games. As you said, it might just be conference play or regional play. But I think we're going to see college football.
Well, Tim, it's always a pleasure. You and I could talk sports forever. Hopefully we'll get our favorite team back up there in the Bronx playing, even though, to be honest with you, I've kind of grown a liking to those Braves up in the ATL. So, so
they're a fun team to watch.
So great job every morning, Monday through Friday on the
morning break.
The morning break with, of course, your cohort in crime that also used to be another sports person, Ken Griner and Cyrus Sandlin. So I'll get the name straight sooner or later. But once again, appreciate it. Congratulations on your children being Bulldogs. And
thanks,
hey, by the way, where did you attend school?
I went to Baruch in Manhattan.
Baruch, yeah. Not many people know about Baruch. So
I studied journalism at a business school, so that makes a lot of sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, I went to school at a small school called the Delphi that people don't know much about.
Oh, yeah, I know Delphi. Hey, one thing before I go that you'll appreciate, Karl, the New York Post right now is running a series on the 1990 Yankees. Long takeout feature stories on kind of when that season really shifted the franchise because they were very bad then.
Yep.
Mattingly's time was coming to an end. Steinbrenner was suspended. Gene Michael had just become general manager. And institutionally, that's when they made the shift to homegrown talent instead of free agents.
Right.
Jeter was drafted that year. First time they had a first-round pick in about 8 or 10 years. Posada was already in. Mo was already in the system. Bernie Williams had just come up. Great stuff from not a great time in Yankee history, but set up a great time in Yankee history.
And we were still there.
And that's right. We were watching it closely at the time.
All right, Tim, appreciate it. I'll talk to you. And once again, when you can have people on, I'll make some Zeppelis for you.
They're coming in. Thanks, guys. Good luck with the new format. It's fantastic.
Hey, I'm trying. I just love all sports and especially all local sports. And you know that. Can't get enough on the air, so why not take it to another venue?
All right. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys.
Thanks, Tim.
Hey, Tim, play ball. I mean, you want to talk about a man that has so much knowledge about sports, about life in general. I mean, he does a great job on that mid-morning break, mid-break?
Morning break.
Morning break. There we go. Morning break. I got to get him to help me out, but he just loves it. And, he was great. I mean, I love when he wrote for the Savannah Morning News. Now he does the specials for WTOC. He has his own little show in the morning. You want to talk about a guy that knows Savannah? He does.
Oh, without a doubt.
No doubt about it.
Well, we got two guys.
I know. They've been hanging in there.
They've been hanging out there with us. Sorry, man. We get on a roll talking to people. The Athlete of the Week throws us off every week.
Every week.
And so we got Coach Strickland and Coach Lee in the waiting room there. We got Payson Bills here, and we'll be right back with these two guys. We talk FCA baseball.
And it's all right here. The Coach and AD on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. We'll be right back after this.
It's all sports, all time. That's Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and abundant pub food. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. Coach's Corner has been Savannah strong during the COVID-19 pandemic. They are now open for dine-in, lunch, and dinner. But remember, Coach's Corner still has curbside and takeout service. John Harrison and the Coach's Corner's crew has still been smoking delicious meats like Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. And don't forget, Saturday night in the Sound Garden is Back in Black Band. Tickets are priced between $20 and $45, seating to the first 100. Make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies. For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's have got you covered. From cleats to caps and the best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too, every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. So come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop. They are now located at 42 West Montgomery Crossroad, Suite C in Savannah, and are open Monday through Friday, 9:30 to 6, and seasonal on Saturdays. Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies is closed with a June 1st date to reopen the doors for business. So come visit locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, where everyone is a winner. Weatherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time, it makes you mad, the pain drives you crazy, you just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can. At the Weatherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Weatherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Weatherington at the Weatherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
Yo, you still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia. During this social distancing problem, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone. If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are New York.
And welcome back. It's the Coach and the AD on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here in the Sound Garden. It's presented, it's sponsored by Coach's Corner, and it's on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. You can watch us on Facebook Live, KD Sports Report. You can watch us on the YouTube channel, Karl DeMasi Sports Report. Go subscribe, please. This is the way it's going to make it. We want to have a channel, the Coach and AD. We want to get this out to everybody, not just Facebook or Twitter. And, of course, today we're on Twitter Live on the Karl DeMasi, on the KD Sports Report, and on the Prep Sports SAV Twitter page. I just messed up the destinations this morning, but we're on everywhere, so it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work.
It's a good thing, man.
So, all right. So we're going a little extra. We usually only have 3 guests, but I talked to this coach during the week, Coach Scott Strickland from Richmond Hill, big part of the 5th annual Savannah Fellowship of Christian Athletes All-Star Game, also presented and hosted by the Savannah Bananas. And we got to get the word out there. It's June 22nd. Teams have been picked. Teams have been selected. And let's bring all these guys on and get them all in there so we can see them all. Okay? We're bringing on the head coach from Calvary Day School, his alma mater, Philip Lee. The head coach from, I don't know what color team, blue and yellow, I think, from Richmond Hill, his alma mater in 2007. Okay? Went to Armstrong State University, Armstrong University. I don't know what they call it. Now it's the Armstrong campus. Okay, they're both the head coaches, and they're joining us now on the Coaches Corner internet stream. The guys that'll be the managers of the two All-Star teams, Coach Philip Lee from Calvary Day School and Coach Scott Strickland from Richmond Hill High School. Guys, thanks for coming on, and let's get the word out.
Appreciate you having us.
So let's start with you guys. Let's start with Coach Lee, okay? Once again, another All-Star game, and once again, you're coming out there and you're going to be in charge of what color team?
So I'll be in charge of the East team this year, and so I think we'll be wearing the white and gold is what we came up with. But yeah, just another exciting opportunity to be a part of something really special. So.
And Coach Strickland? Can't hear you, Coach.
Still can't hear you.
Got to find that microphone.
He looks like he's on mute.
There you go. How about now?
No.
You're still muted.
About now.
There you go. Hey!
Technology, gotta love it. But yeah, I'm coaching the West team. We cut it down 16. We're going to be wearing gray and blue, so it's going to be pretty fun. We chose bananas colors.
All right, so either one of you take this question first. What does this mean to these kids? We haven't had anything since March 24th, okay, or is it earlier than that?
Yeah,
somewhere in that point. What do you think it means to these kids? So whoever wants to take that question first, let us know.
Yeah, I think it means the world to them. I know I have a whole bunch of athletes that are reaching out and trying to work as much as they can, socially distancing and whatnot. But I think every single one of these kids, and what's cool about it is we have a lot of seniors on these teams. So they get to, if they're not going to play college somewhere, they get to go out and play and represent their school one last time. And I think that's huge for the community, for the area. And it's awesome. It's for a great cause for FCA.
Well, Philip, I know it's been going back and forth, whether you're going to have the game, not have the game, have it back on and stuff. I know that's been challenging, over that time frame, just the unknown at times with COVID-19 and then restrictions and everything. But, Bananas have played a big role in that. So just talk us through the selection process, the nomination process, and how that went for you guys. Especially, I'll let you, Philip, have that first. How we get to select these guys or get to play, that day.
Yeah, so Jason Rockwell of the FCA kind of heads up the baseball aspect of things for them, and so I know he reached out to Scott and I, and wanted us to kind of be the head coaches of both teams, and so from there it was, hey, we need to get with every one of our coaches, in the area and surrounding areas, and so like Scott said, he had one half of 16, I had the other. Then we just reached out to him and said, man, we've got a great opportunity again this year. And just really, would love for you to nominate some of your players. And so, from there, that's when we were able to create our 25-man roster. And of course, with the game being pushed back a month, or so, and kind of a little bit of the unknown, we've had some kids not be able to participate that were going to, and vice versa. But we're excited. I know, we submitted our rosters the other day. So we've got a complete 25-man roster, just full of just a bunch of really good athletes. And just excited to be able to compete, like Scott said, one last time,
Hey, Coach Strickland, so, here's I think one of the cool things you guys get to do is, you're so used to coaching your kids. Now you get to really – and you play against all the other kids. Mm-hmm. And so now you get to coach, other kids that you might have played against. So I'm going to start with you, Coach Strickland, then to Coach Lee. Who on your roster, is there a couple kids on your roster like, golly, man, I wish they played at my school, or, man, I wish I'd love to coach that kid one day. So give me a couple kids on each of your rosters, and we'll start with you, Coach Strickland, who you're looking forward to, really seeing them up close and personal and getting to coach.
Man, there's a lot of guys in the area that, because of the baseball talent in this area has always been good. It's always been fun to see coming through the area, growing up and playing here. The limited amount of games we played, we always scrimmage Savannah Christian, and Matt Oglesby over there does a great job. And I've always thought Kyle Hilton was a great player. He's a pitcher, competitor. He's not going to wow you with size or anything, but he's definitely one that'll be fun to coach. Never got a chance to coach him. Always played against him, which is sometimes not fun. But he's one. There's a couple guys from Effingham, one of our rival schools, that are really fun. They're really energetic. They're just competitors. I mean, you get those dirt balls from Effingham County, man. They just go in there and they play hard. You never know what you're going to get. But yeah, it's fun to just chalk it up with guys that you play against and coach against. And I think it builds a relationship, and just with the game and the respect for the programs and everything like that. It's a fun thing that they started 5 years ago.
Same thing with you, Philip. Who are you looking for on your roster that, as a coach, just like Scott's like, hey, you're just looking forward to seeing this kid, you play against this kid and maybe coach against him, that you got on your side?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like Scott was saying, we, of course, about half the teams on our side I've never even played against. I couldn't tell you who the players are because we've never had that opportunity. But the other half, with the BC and Country Days and Islands and teams like that, it's been kind of neat to see those guys grow up over these last few years, and just having that mutual respect for people. Whenever you're competing against them, you're going to do everything you can to win. You may look at them in a different light, but then now when they're in the same dugout as you, it's just kind of neat. And we get to see each other in a different light. I know the boys from Country Day, when I reached out to them, and they were just super appreciative first off, and very excited about the opportunity. And I've gotten to know those guys, Ray Sorgi and Matthew Osherman, over the last couple of years, and we're just both stand-up kids, and just going to be neat to kind of be on the same side as them, rather than being against them. And so guys like that, like I mentioned, with Coach Johns and his guys at Islands, we played last few years. And then Farmers guys at BC, we've had some good battles with them and some preseason games and stuff these last couple of years. So it's exciting to to be able to compete with folks instead of against them a lot of times.
And you're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Twitter Live. It's the Coach and AD. We're talking to the two head baseball coaches at this year's 5th annual Savannah Fellowship of Christian Athletes All-Star Game at Grayson Stadium. So, Coach Strickland, Savannah Bananas are really into this. How they help with this situation? Yeah,
so how it came about. Jason saw a need for live sports when COVID hit, and he heard about the cancellation of the seasons and all that. So we were going to push it up, and then of course, like we've already talked about, the game got pushed back and back. But the Bananas came in, and they have a need because the month of June was big for them. And now it's gone. So they need to train their staff on how to handle all this COVID stuff. How do you keep 6 people apart at a ball game? So they're going to use this game as one of their little trial runs for when they get going in July, which makes a lot of sense. We're still working on the live stream. I think they're going to try to do it. Not sure on how they're going to stream it. So they're also going to practice their new live stream on it. But they're going to blow it out with, they're going to banana the game like they always do. The Banana Nanas and all the circus is going to be in town, as some of my older coaching friends say when they go to see Bananas games.
And so, in speaking of that, it is. Everybody's probably been in a Bananas game. It is a different atmosphere, that whether it's high school, college, whatever. And so, what's it going to be like, Philip, managing in that atmosphere? You're going to have I saw it yesterday. They're going to have a drone cam. That's part of their live stream. They're going to have a base cam, if they're doing everything. You might have a dancing first base coach over there for an inning. So what's that going to be like managing where it's high school and everybody's zeroed in here, and you're going to be in this event like Coach Strickland said, the circus is coming to town on June 22nd.
Yeah, it's just going to be nice. It's not going to be a must-win game. And it's going to be a set lineup, everybody's going to know ahead of time where they're going to be, what inning. So the managing aspect, I feel like, is, it's not going to be a whole lot of pressure on from that end, which is nice because I don't know if I could manage under pressure with all that stuff taking place around me, But it's a wonderful atmosphere. And I tell you, we always talk about it all the time. I mean, you always see guys play, a lot of times a lot better during their summer leagues and stuff, just because the atmosphere is different. There's no pressure. They're just having fun. And so I think our guys will take to that as well. They're just going to, no pressure, just go out there and have a good time and just be able to embrace the experience.
So Scott, what's the one thing you're really looking forward to this? You have baseball season cut short. You got a stellar program up there in Richmond Hill. What's the biggest thing you're looking forward to of getting back in, on the baseball field and getting back between the lines?
Just coaching, just being around guys, being around, young men and trying to impact their lives and trying to give them something they can take home and enjoy. And this whole aspect of everything is just changed, gives you a lot more perspective. And, I'm sure Philip's going to use it of, you really not promised tomorrow. And this is a great example for all of our kids for forever that, you got to play the game you got to play it one way and you got to give it your all. And, for them to get a chance to get back out there and for me to get a chance to coach with some guys like Philip, coach against guys like Philip and, getting to coach with the guys that I've invited to coach with me. I mean, from all the other areas, it's fun. It's just getting together and fellowship and playing the game to honor the good Lord, man. That's what it's all about.
All right. I told Coach I was going to, Chad, the AD, the coach, I told him I was going to ask both of you guys this question. I want to ask both of you. You both are coaching at your alma mater, your high school, and it's something special. Tell us what it means to coach at Calvary. Philip, where you graduated, and Scott from Richmond Hill, where you graduated from. Philip?
Yeah, just, everybody that knows me, they know the impact that Calvary has had on me personally over, my lifespan. I tell people all the time, my parents have had the most impact on me over the years. And then I would think of my teachers and coaches at Calvary were right there behind them. And so just to be able to kind of give back to kids and invest in kids for all of eternity, honestly, with every one of our kids that we have in contact with. And so in athletics, as we all know, that's just another huge avenue for us to be able to pour into kids' lives. And so that's something I know what Calvary's about. I know what they stand for. And that's something I can buy into every single day of the week. And so I'm just excited to be able to have that opportunity to be on this side of things now as well.
Coach Strickland?
Oh, yeah, the same exact thing. I mean, I tell my guys, at the beginning of the year when we do our little kids camp and we get everybody together, I tell those guys all the time, like, hey, believe it or not, that was me. That little camper right there, that could be the next head coach at Richmond Hill. You never know. And I love Richmond Hill, lived here, pretty much grew up here. Both of my brothers graduated from here. You cut me open, I bleed black and gold. It is what it is. And I love this town. And, our football coach has kind of started a little build the hill thing. We're all about it here. And our community is a really, really fast growing, fun community. And I love Richmond Hill. So it's a pleasure. And guys like Stacey Bennett, who kind of took the program and put it on rocket fuel. And I was glad I got to do that with him, learned so much from that guy. And go Wildcats, I guess. That's all I got to say.
Hey, well, I'm going to bring this up as well because Scott kind of tipped on a little bit. So, Scott, we'll start with you, then Philip. Tell me about your coaching staff, the guys you're bringing on to help you manage this game and be around, obviously, guys that you probably have a relationship. So take us through your coaching staff and then Philip.
So the first thing that when Rockwell, the president who guys putting it on, Jason did, he said, hey, you got to build your staff. I was like, man, who? So because I know all my guys are multiple sport coaches at Richmond Hill. Like, I don't know if they're going to be able to do that. So I was like, why don't I do what they do in the All-Star game and reach out to the other coaches? So, I got Coach Johnson's going to coach first base from Effingham. Matt Oglesby's going to coach third base. I told him he can't use his little number sheet, though. Can't
he might be lost now.
Yeah. But Coach Oglesby's going to be coaching third base. One of my bench coach is going to be Coach Boom Davis from Richmond Hill. And then something that's really special, I get to coach with one of my old teammates, Jesse Osborne from played with me at Armstrong, played travel ball with him forever. He's going to be my pitching coach, and he's up at South Effingham right now. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Philip?
Yeah, so, once again, just excited to be able to kind of compete with the guys instead of against them. But, yeah, so Kyle Farmer from BC is going to be my first base coach. We've got Scott Abernathy from St. Andrews will be the third base coach. Tim Rowland from Habersham School will be the pitching coach. And then Brandon Collins, who's also a Calvary grad, as well as Kyle, will be the bench coach. And so, yeah, just excited. I've seen these guys, over the years, played with some of them, played against some of them. And, kind of now just to be able to kind of coach with them, in a meaningful way would be really cool.
And one of you guys wanted to explain to the people that are listening, or if they come on later on and they watch the rebroadcast, what the specifics are, what they need to do to get tickets, what time they need to get there?
Yeah, so the tickets are available online. So if you go to savfca.org, you go to the link, and it says right there at the bottom, it says buy tickets. Tickets are in short supply because of COVID, so we can only sell 1,000 tickets. And once those tickets are sold, it's not like you're going to be able to purchase tickets at the gate. It's going to be a 6:30 start. Both of us will be hitting on the field, going through a full pregame. Weather permitting. If it does happen to rain on the 22nd, we have a rain date for the 23rd. Our wonderful summer showers here in South Georgia, they're probably going to hit us. But right now it's on the 22nd, 6:30 game. That will be the first pitch. We are going to do a ceremony before the first game. We're going to reach out to all the schools and honor the seniors because, at Richmond Hill, probably at Calvary and all these schools, we didn't get a senior night. And, we've all tried to make it special. I kind of drove around and delivered jerseys and delivered our senior gift. But we want to do a senior night before the game just to even call out their names. Like, hey, these were the Islands seniors, and just kind of honor them. So if they want to get there beforehand, probably going to be like 6 o'clock, 6:15 when we probably do that. And then we're going to, strap the cleats on and play a great game of baseball. Live sports. I don't know what to do.
I know.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting.
Well, guys, I appreciate you guys coming on. Thanks for hanging out with us. I know you've been hanging out for a while, but
sorry that we get too much long-winded here.
Yeah, but
it was entertaining.
And we try to be. That's one thing. But guys, thank y'all so much. Thank you for the schools you represent, the impact you have in your communities, the impact you have on student athletes' lives, and at the end of the day, you both are men of character and integrity who love what they do, who love their student athletes, who use the game of baseball to impact lives for eternity. And at the end of the day, that's really what matters, guys. So, hey, appreciate you guys, and we'll see you on Monday, June 22nd. Gates open at 5:30. We have a ceremony for the seniors starting about 6, a little bit after. First pitch at 6:30. So it will be full bananas that night. They'll have the drone cam. They'll have the base cam. Maybe they'll have the dancing first base coach, or you can talk Kyle Farmer into be the dancing first base coach. Anyhow, and so it'll be all the shenanigans going on. You have the, grand nanas out there and probably the band and everything else. So great, it'll be great. 1,000 people. Get your tickets. Go to savfca.com or org and go get those done. So guys, once again, thanks for joining us on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report.
Appreciate you guys having us.
Yeah, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Look forward to it, guys. Good luck and have a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Maybe you guys will do a little dance off.
Not worried.
See you later.
See ya.
I mean, two guys that love what they do, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And to give this again, it's the 5th annual Savannah Area FCA Classic, All-Star Classic. Athletes from high schools all over Savannah are being carefully selected, or they are selected now. I mean, gather your friends, gather your family, get ready for an evening of bananas baseball. Concession stands. Shark. I heard the Shark, the man in the crow's nest, is now going to be in the stands. He'll be DJing it and doing the announcing who's getting up. And a special shout out to the Savannah Bananas for hosting this year. And once again, gates open 5:30. First pitch will be at 6:30. There'll be about 15 minutes before. We'll honor our seniors. It's $5 a ticket. They're only 1,000 tickets. That's all they're letting in is 1,000 people. So make sure you go to Savannah FCA, Savannah Area FCA. I don't know, the org and all the comm stuff to get your stuff. So it should be a lot of fun.
It will be. Hey, and for the Savannah community, come out, support these high school student athletes. For most of them, this is the last time they're going to play or represent schools, represent other things. And so make sure, hey, I know it's only 1,000 tickets, but let's fill those 1,000 tickets up. Let's sell out the event. Let's get out there, support these student athletes, especially for what they missed in the spring and the games they got to play. So that's what we got, man.
Be there. All right, let's honor our sponsors, and then we'll come back out with 3 out the door. It's his turn this week.
It's all sports, all time. That's Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and abundant pub food. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. Coach's Corner has been in Savannah strong during the COVID-19 pandemic. They are now open for dine-in, lunch, and dinner. But remember, Coach's Corner still has curbside and takeout service. John Harrison and the Coach's Corner's crew has still been smoking delicious meats like Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. And don't forget, Saturday night in the Sound Garden is Back in Black Band. Tickets are priced between $20 and $45, seating to the first 100. Make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner. Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies. For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's have got you covered. From cleats to caps and the best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too, every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. So come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop. They are now located at 42 West Montgomery Crossroad, Suite C in Savannah, and are open Monday through Friday, 9:30 to 6, and seasonal on Saturdays. Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies is closed with a June 1st date to reopen the doors for business. So come visit locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, where everyone is a winner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
Yo, you still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone, capiche? If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are New York.
Weatherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time, it makes you mad, the pain drives you crazy, you just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can. At the Weatherton Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Weatherton Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Weatherington at the Weatherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And good morning, Savannah and the Low Country. We're at the end. We're taking 3 steps out the door. It's the Coach and AD on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here in the Sound Garden on the campus of Coach's Corner, and it's all on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. And,
It is like a campus.
I mean,
this is like
huge.
You sit there and you look around this place, and it is. It's like a campus, man. We got going on here.
So once again, ran over the hour and 30-minute time limit, but I mean, we do what we do, and we have a lot of fun. And when we do this segment, we each ask each other 3 questions off the topic of sports, but sometimes they pertain to sports. And it's my turn to ask the AD 3 topics, okay? So you're a soccer college player, right?
Yes.
If you could turn that scholarship to any other sport, what would it be?
I mean, we've said this, like, I loved baseball growing up. I played baseball all through. And then I realized I could not hit a curveball very well. I could feel the ball well, had great hand-eye coordination, and good. I thought I was a pretty good second baseman, but I could not hit a breaking ball as I got older. And but it's one sport I love, the camaraderie of it all. The guys in the dugout. It's just special. And so baseball would have been my choice.
Baseball's been very, very good to me, and
Yes.
I don't know if we're gonna have baseball, buddy. So
If they keep this shenanigans up.
all right, you've been a teacher and coach for how long?
I just finished my 18th year at Calvary. I coached 5 years collegiately between 3 different schools, so you could say 23 years in athletics.
Okay, well, if you weren't a teacher, coach, what would your profession be?
I'd be working for the DEA or ATF. that was what I was doing. Degree in history, minor in criminal justice. I was supposed to go to University of North Florida and work on my master's in criminal justice. And 2 weeks before I left, my head start coach at UNC Pembroke, Mike Schaefer, he'll tell me he watches the show from time to time when he sees my face scroll through Facebook. But Mike Schaefer, who I love, was a great mentor to me, called me and said, listen, our assistant coach has left, our GA graduated. I don't have an assistant. Will you come back and be my GA at Pembroke? And I was like, Coach, you're the one that helped me get my GA job at University of North Florida with Ray Bunch. You don't have the grad program I want. But I just felt put on my heart that I need to go back and do that and change my trajectory altogether. Met my wife, fell in love with coaching, got hooked on it, and the rest is history.
Rest history. Okay. Now, he got me a couple of weeks ago on the either Chick-fil-A sandwich or a Popeye's chicken sandwich. Well, buddy, I'm going to throw it right back at you. Okay. If you had your choice of McDonald's French fries or Chick-fil-A waffle fries, which one would you choose?
McDonald's. I read part of this was because I read an article of how McDonald's cooks their fries and why they're so good. So back in the day when McDonald's started, you want a little history lesson here?
Go ahead.
When McDonald's started, when they started franchising out, what they cooked their fries in was too expensive, and so they started cooking them in a mixture of canola oil and fat, and that's why they come out like they do and they taste like they do, and so they are pretty addicting. That's why everybody's addicted to McDonald's. Plus, you get more. Don't get me wrong, I love Chick-fil-A fries, but you get more fries in McDonald's pack than the 10 fries you get, waffle fries you get in Chick-fil-A. But if I have to be honest, my son and I argue about this all the time. I'm a Bojangles guy. Bojangles seasoned fries will be right after McDonald's.
Yeah, McDonald's is number one for me too. I've tried them all.
It's what they cook them in.
Burger King. Oh
It's
yeah,
what
it's unbelievable.
Everybody else is. You look at everybody else. They've changed their fries over the years. Everybody has. Burger King has. Hardee's has. You name another fast food restaurant, maybe besides In-N-Out Burger. We don't have that here.
No, we don't.
But everybody else outside of McDonald's and a fast food has changed their fries at some point. No one can replicate it. No one can duplicate it. It don't matter if you go to McDonald's in California, Hawaii, or in England. The fries are going to taste the same.
Yeah, and little does he know now, Kentucky Fried Chicken has changed their French fry recipe to be the same one as what they dip that chicken licking finger good chicken in. And they're good. I've had them, but I'm still going McDonald's. Sorry, D. You had them with me, so you know. So, but anyway.
Do you take the fries? Do you get a milkshake with them?
Oh yeah, you got to dip it. And Wendy's is the best for that.
Yeah, that's what my son does.
We
go to Wendy's,
Frosty.
he gets some fries and dips in the Frosty.
Chocolate Frosty. So anyway, just to let you know, the Karl DeMasi Sports Report now is an internet show, no longer on the radio. So if you're looking for me on the radio, you're not going to find me there. I'm going to be on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report Facebook page, the Karl DeMasi Sports Report YouTube page. The coach and AD will be together, and of course Twitter. We're going to figure out a couple other ways to get it out there, but we need your support. Go to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report YouTube page. Subscribe. Hopefully I'll put some more interesting videos up there so you can watch, but no longer on the radio. Doing my thing here in Coach's Corner. I got to let John Hennessy, I got to shout out to John Hennessy for letting me do this when I first had to find a place to do it. That air compressor has been going on all show long. Once again, got to thank, of course, Especially Sports who sponsors our show on Wednesday nights. And don't forget, Coach's Corner Sports Network also has a great show. I'm telling you, I've been a race car fanatic all my life. I've tinkered in the old cars. I know how to work on old cars. The new cars get me confused. But Rubbin' and Grubbin' with Dan Foles and Brandon Baines is unbelievable. Wednesday nights at 6 o'clock from 6 to 7. We follow them right after at 7:05. So the Coach's Corner Sports Network is for real on Facebook. I'm going to try and connect to the Coach's Corner Facebook page so people can see us there. So it's my passion. Don't forget my other passion, the PrepSportsReport.com. It's up live, brand new website. Stephen Weeks and his company, Sabre Solutions, have done a great job. It's easy to go through. It's to get more news about our local prep sports. And that's always been my passion. That's always how this all started in the year 2000. And I need your help there. Go to the PrepSportsReport.com. Check it out. You'll love it. Every day I'm trying to get a new story on. You got a story? Email me, Karl DeMasi at PrepSportsReport.com. Give me a phone call. Let's get the news about the good kids. And Chad, you know that's been my main goal, and that's what I want to do. I want to make sure these kids get the news out there. It's all local all the time, and that's what we're doing here. It's all local. The guest Chris Coakley, Savannah High graduate, UAB, University of Alabama, Birmingham Blazer basketball player, professional basketball player. Hey, that 2B2 tournament, 10 days, 24 teams, $2 million at stake. They might be coming to Savannah, and Chris Coakley is going to be playing in that. And then, of course, the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic every week. Got to love it. Yeah. This week, Jalen Wells from A Beach High School, great kid, going to play at Savannah State. Big kudos to him. And then, of course, the man's been here 3 years longer than me, but he's a Savannian now, too. He married a Savannah girl. WTOC
Morning Break
co-host with Ken Griner, and I'm going to mess her name up. I'm not going to even try it. Okay, so they do it from 9 to 10 every morning. He came on, Savannah guy, knows his sports. Then, of course, we just wrapped it up with two local guys that have gone back to their alma mater and have coached and are the head baseball coach now, and they teach and work there. So Philip Lee from Calvary Day School and, of course, Scott Strickland from Richmond Hill. So that's what it's all about.
Yeah. Hey, so help us grow the show. Remember, like it, subscribe to it, retweet it, share it, forward it. Everything. All right, help grow the movement here of local sports all the time here at the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, Coach's Corner Live. Once again, Back in Black Band will be here live tonight at Soundgarden. Tickets are between $20 and $45.
Yeah, depending on where you want to sit. You want to be, and Back packs the house, and they only could sell 100 tickets.
Yeah, so get here early for that. Go ahead and you can go to Everbright. Eventbrite. Get your tickets there, and we'll see you tonight here at Soundgarden.
So remember, every Saturday morning from now on, not on the radio, it's on the internet, on the Coach's Corner Sports Network from 9 until 11, because that's where we'll be going so far. It's Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Twitter Live. It's the Coach and AD on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. So enjoy the rest of your weekend. Whatever you're doing, hit it out of the park. And until next week, may it be your best week ever.
Stay Savannah strong, guys.
Savannah strong. I never changed my shirt. 912. All right, let's get to the outro. Here.